All right, are you looking to feel more vibrant, more light and free in your body while also healing your gut? Then definitely stay tuned, as I'll be sharing the best foods to do just that and why. So if you are excited to get into this video with me, then make sure to give this video a like and also subscribe and hit the notification bell just to make sure you stay updated on whenever I post a new video. And if we haven't met before, my name is Anna. I'm a holistic health and nutrition coach, and I help people heal their gut to be free of digestive distress, fatigue, anxiety, and instead feel more light, free, and vibrant in their bodies. If you want more information on that, I'll be sharing a link in the description below. So maybe you've heard the fact that you should be eating the rainbow, and there is a very good reason for that. Before we dive into that, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a gut health 101, so just so we kind of have the basis of things. So in your gut you have both good and bad bacteria. That's exactly how it is supposed to be, but you want the good bacteria population to rule down there, and to make sure that they do that, we need to feed them. We need to feed them so that they can stay strong and healthy. And so what do they actually eat? So they eat fiber, and fiber can only, and I say only, be found in plant-based foods. So not in meat, not in dairy, but only in plant-based foods. So in order to take care of your gut, to feed your healthy gut bacteria, you need to get fiber and therefore plant-based foods into your system. And most importantly, they need a variety of different kinds of fiber. So there are thousands of different kinds of fiber in plant-based foods, and different kinds of plant-based foods have a different kind of setup of fiber. So here's where the different colors come in. That's just to make sure that we get that variety in, and not only with colors but also different types, textures, etc. But we're gonna just focus on the different colors to begin with. And we can also look at this from an energetic point of view, and I really love to use the traditional chakra system as a reference point for this. So just simply put, so the chakras in our body, so the traditional system has 7, represents the kind of energetic points in our bodies. So again, we have 7 of them, and so starting at, just briefly gonna go through this. So we have at the base the root chakra, which has a red color. We have the sacral chakra, which has an orange color. Solar plexus, yellow color. Heart chakra has a green color. We have our throat chakra, blue color. We have the third eye, which has kind of like an indigo kind of color. And then we have our crown chakra, which has a purple color. And just as we need to look after all the different chakras to really find that good kind of energy flow going on in our body, to find harmony, we can also look at food in the same way, in plant-based food. So in order to heal our gut, to transform our health and well-being, that we also make sure to eat a lot of different kinds of plant-based foods and play around with the colors. So with that said, you can't really look at food in isolation. So even if, let's say, avocados and kale, even if those two are amazing foods, if you only focus on eating green foods, it's just not gonna do the full trick for you. And this is not about being super controlling or that you need to count how many different colors you eat, during the week. Obviously, if that's something you want to do, you can totally do that. But I would say the important thing is just to, when you are eating and on your plate, just try to have as many different kinds of colors as possible. Or when you're going to the grocery store, think about, okay, so what kind of colors am I in the mood for today? And, find ways to just experiment and have fun with this. And with that said, I thought I'll just take you into my kitchen and I'll show some of my favorite foods that I have to really mix up the different colors. And I'm also gonna show not only the fruits and the veggies and berries, but also plant-based foods that give the different texture. All right, so these are some of the fruits and veggies that I tend to have at home. And doesn't this just make you happy to look at, like all the different colors? I don't know about you, but at least I get very happy and excited just looking at this. Anyways, so some of the things that I tend to have at home. So bananas, absolutely love it. And when it comes to gut health, so the greener the bananas, the better for gut health, in the sense that green bananas have more what's known as resistant starch, which is, you can think of it as food for your healthy gut bacteria. Obviously, bananas are always good, but if you are, wanting to focus a bit extra on when it comes to gut health, green bananas are really good for that. What else? Tend to have tomatoes at home, avocado especially for healthy fats. And I've always found that, I don't know, there's something about avocado. I don't know if it's the creaminess or green color, but always makes me feel really good. And ginger, really good. This is actually really good if you have stomach pain, for example. It can actually sometimes help to have a bit of ginger. I usually use ginger whenever I make a stir fry or something like that. I think it gives a good little kick when cooking. Apples are an amazing source of probiotics, so like bacteria, so really, really good for gut health. And so always recommend to have apples at home and eat apples if it's something that you like. And just look at this color. This is just amazing. I love this. Also because I really love purple in general. But I absolutely love this. I think there's also something with green and purple together. So whenever I make a kale salad or something like that, I love to put in some purple cabbage as well. Cauliflower, something I really love to have as well. And usually have either spinach or kale, so I tend to mix between the two. A little tip is to, whenever you eat spinach, is to actually steam it or heat it up before, because that releases what makes it easier for your body to actually absorb the iron in spinach. And iron is especially good for us women as well. Especially since we tend to, when we have our period, we tend to also lose a lot of iron during that time. So that's a little tip. And broccoli, something that I love to have as well. Sweet potato, especially for the really nice orange color. Lemon, so I cook a lot with lemon. I also sometimes have lemon in my water in the morning. So all this is just giving a really nice kind of rainbow vibe to things. And Again, and the reason for this and why it's also good to have different kinds of colors. I mean, all these foods have a lot of fiber in them, and fiber is the food for your healthy gut bacteria. But you can think of, healthy gut bacteria just like us people. Like we all like different kinds of foods, and it's the same with the healthy gut bacteria. They also love different kinds of food, so we want to make sure they get all the different kinds of fibers and so on that they actually need. All right, so let's see what we have in here. All right, so these are some of the things that I usually have at home. So always have oats. Well, this is in Swedish. So you're not like, oh, what is that? But I will tell you whatever. I think most of the stuff in here probably in Swedish, but I will let you know what it is. So this is oats. Always have oats at home. I usually make, if you've seen one of my overnight oats videos, I always make that, which is also when I use chia seeds. So I wanted to just give a little shout out to chia seeds because so it's actually one of the world's best sources of fiber. And again, fiber is food for your healthy gut bacteria. I feel like I always say that, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to repeat. It's also a really good source of omega-3s as well. So lots of goodness in there. And what else do we have here? So rice, and this is brown rice. I love that. I cook a lot with brown rice. I think something else. Oh yeah, whole wheat pasta. Something I always have at home. I usually also have a lot of different beans and lentils at home. So these are already made. Lentils, which I use for some recipes, and then I also have dry lentils that I cook myself for some other recipes, and then chickpeas, I think also, black beans, this is just fresh tomatoes that I love making curry, so then I always have that. Some other things that I'm not going to show you everything in here, but just like some of my favorite things and things that I always have at home. So psyllium husk, again, really good source of fiber. Flaxseed, another good source of fiber too, and also omega-3. So really good to have as well. Yes, I did want to mention hemp seeds because they are so amazing. Another omega-3 source. I would say probably hemp seeds, chia seeds, and flax seeds are things I recommend when it comes to omega-3s. So this is really good. I usually just put a little bit of this on a smoothie. All right, what else do we have going on here? Some other things that I usually have. Okay, so it looks like I have like a bag of candy like hiding in here, but it's walnuts. So I always have a lot of different nuts or nut butters. So walnuts, I think, so cashews, another favorite. These are some dates, which I love too. I tend to eat this just as a snack. You can just eat, take one and put some nut butter in, which is an amazing snack. Another good source of fiber. I don't know how many times I've said the word fiber in this video, but well, everything has a lot of good fiber in it. What else do we have? And peanut butter. I even have 2 different ones. Typical me. Obsessed with nut butter. Tahini. It's just some coconut oil. Popcorn, another obsession of mine. Hazelnuts, so a lot of different nuts and stuff. I love that. Almonds as well. So these are really just some different types of other things, and really just to get in more like different kinds of texture and type of plant-based foods as well. Oh, and I almost forgot. So another thing that I always keep at home are frozen berries. I actually usually have frozen. Typically, it's actually more nutrients in it, and it's also a bit kinder to your wallet as well. All right, so now that we've been in my kitchen, I would love to know, first of all, what is your favorite color? And second of all, what's one new plant-based foods that you can experiment with this week? So let me know down in the comments below. All right, so if you want more advice and tips on how to improve your gut health and how to really raise your vibration and have more energy, feel light and free in your body, I have a free guide for you that is packed with goodness. So definitely make sure to grab that. I will leave the link in the description below. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. And I would also love to know what your biggest takeaway was from this video. So let me know in the comments below. And with that said, thanks so much for being here, and see you next time.